Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu la sharika lahu. Ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu rasuluhu. Sometimes in your life we've been asking ourselves, I pray many times. I ask something to Allah. How come Allah did not reply us? Or how come Allah didn't respond to us? The fact is, Allah reply us, Allah responds us, maybe later or sooner, but Allah reply. All we have to do patient and believe. I would like to share my own life experience here because how Allah reply and when Allah reply, I am the living evidence. I am the prime example. And my intention to share this experience only and only to make understand people that don't be impatient, don't lose your hope. I was born and brought up very religion and restricted background. Since my childhood, I was brought up, my mom was practicing Islam constantly, always. And that much restricted and religious I was brought up so that I just give you one example and I hope it will be understandable. I was not allowed to show myself in front of the male or boy. My brother was older than me, and my brother's friends always come to our house, and I was not allowed to go in front of them. I was just average girl. I was the only one daughter. And one thing for sure, I was that I don't like study. I just don't like study. On top of that, I was not good student at all. So my father passed away when I was 11 years old, and I got married very early stage. When I got married, I was very happy, very excited. Not because I was happy that I got married. I was happy because I don't have to study anymore. And I was fortunate that my husband was also very religious person, very religious person. Again, I just give you one example to understand how religious he was. He used to work in airlines. And then I heard from his co-worker, even I saw when I traveled with him, that when come time of Salah, he just go in front of cockpit and stand and do the Salah. He never miss his prayer. He never miss the mandatory farad required from our Islam to do. So after we got married, we have two wonderful children, two sons. And Once in a point, slowly and slowly and slowly, I was involved, too much involved in this dunya, in this world. When I say involved, that means I was very busy with my children, busy with my husband, busy to go shopping, busy to watching movie, busy to listening music, and slowly I got detached from the practice or detached from the mandatory for what I supposed to do, what I required to do as a Muslim woman. And my husband was not very pushing or forceful to me, but yes, he reminded me, but somehow I just don't follow. So year after go, long time. And then one time, me and my husband, we took the decision. It's a mutual decision, understanding that we have to raise our son in the better way, in the better life, in the better community, social life, more secure. So I came to Canada with my two sons. And of course, I do have good communication relationship with my husband, but he live in back home and I live in Canada with my two sons. So when I came to Canada, first thing I realized that I have to go back my study. Obviously, my children start go to school, but in the same times, I have to go back my study because without study, without get education, I cannot have the decent job. And if I don't have decent job, I don't have the decent life. And if I don't have decent life, then how I'm going to make my children decent life, decent good life, or good guidance? So I go back to study, go back to school, finish my college. In the same time, continue my children study. They finish school, they finish college. And here is my two sons is completely two different personality. The oldest one, extreme mature, extreme calm, and the another one, extreme silly, extreme restless. But one thing common about two of them, they both are very good children. When I say good children, that means really good children. They are very obedient, they are very decent. They don't give me hard time for anything. They don't give me stress out for any negative things. So I was happy. Even though I don't do that practice Islam, I don't do that prayer 5 times, I don't do the fasting, but I don't stop talking with Allah. I talked always. Eventually, my oldest son finishes law school, and the youngest one is still studying. He studied just average, the youngest one. I remember the first time I had the feelings, that was before 5, 6 years ago. I was driving my car and then my car stopped in red signal and there's a people crossing the street in the green signal. I was sitting in my car and I was watching them and I started thinking suddenly, who am I? What I'm doing here? And then I felt emptiness. I felt confused. I felt sadness. That was the first time. And then starting with me. When I came home, when I'm in my bedroom, when I'm in my living room, when I go my work, when I'm driving, every time when I'm by myself, I felt that. And then eventually I start asking to Allah, Ya Allah, I came this world, you brought me this world with the empty hand. Please do not take me with my empty hand. Please show me the guide. Show me your guide. Give me the opportunity so then when I go back to you, stand in front of you, at least I have something in my hand. I do not remember how many times in a day I say that, but I remember I say that every day. And then when I keep doing this, after few years, it probably 2 or 3 years, that day, in between this time, my son finished his law school and then working as a law firm and decide to open his own law firm. So he got approval from the bank for money. He registered his law firm name, IC Legal Service. I, his last name, Islam. C, his partner, last name. So IC Legal Service. And then that day, he was supposed to go his first day for his law firm that morning. So police came to show my door. Me and my youngest son came downstairs and police informed me, Asia, we have some unfortunate news for you. I remember, all I remember, freezing fear, my whole body. The fear that is unspeakable fear I felt. And no one told me or no one teach me before some of this word when we lose our close loving person, not to say, no one teach me that, but somehow it just happened that when I heard the news, I don't scream, I don't complain to Allah, I don't ask to Allah, I don't angry to Allah, I don't say to Allah, Ya Allah, why this is happening to my life? Ya Allah, why you took back to my golden boy from me? Because he was golden boy. People used to call him golden boy. People used to tell me, Asiya, he is not your son. You are his daughter. I don't ask Allah, why Allah, you took my son from me now. All I did, I say to Allah, Ya Allah, give me the sabr, give me the patience, help me from this situation to go through and be with me, Allah. Do not abandon me, just be with me and help me. The next thing I remember, I was in the hospital bed, and my brother and my sister in law and my family and my best friend surrounded me. I came to home again. No one told me, no one teach me. This is the time we only rely to Allah. This is the time we only depend to Allah. No one told me, but it's coming from my inside. When I came to home, I hold the Quran. I hold the Quran. I sleep with the Quran. I walking with the Quran. I cry with the Quran. All I remember, how many days I don't remember. All I remember, I was with the Quran. And then eventually, I felt completely and totally different. I felt patient. I felt peace. I felt dependency to Allah. And I can see my path to Allah. And after a few months, I realized, right after a few months, I realized Allah answer, Allah reply my prayer. I ask something to Allah, Allah give it to me this. I ask Allah to show me the guide, to show me the path, to give it to me the opportunity so that I have something for my hand. Allah show me the guide. Yes, it will in the sad way. It is in a loose way. Then the reply Allah gave it to me, that reply beyond of my sadness, that reply beyond my losing, because now I can see the real light coming from Allah. Yes, my son is everything to my life. My son is the first priority in my life. My son is love of my life. But in the same times, Allah show me love of my life. Allah show me light of my life. And the same day, the morning he left me, he go back to Allah. That evening, the first time me and him were talking about to go to masjid. So I asked him, you know, today we are supposed to go to masjid, but it's too late now because he's cleaning the garage and I was cleaning the home. So by this time is evening. So I told him, today we are supposed to go to masjid, but it's too late. And then he replied to me, my son replied to me, don't worry, mom, we'll go next weekend. But the next day, instead of going to masjid, he's going back to Allah. So all those things, when I was thinking right after my son left, it is not just coincidence. It is written by Allah and it is allowed from Allah. Every single things happen for a reason, and every single person test, and every single person been guided from Allah. But here we are, how we see it or how we accept it. This day, almost every weekend, I broke down. I broke down is not because my son left me. I broke down because I missed him. I missed his smile. I missed his voice. I missed his touch. I missed his talking. And the same times I broke down more in front of Allah with my gratefulness, showing my gratefulness to Allah that how Allah loved me, how Allah cared about me. So then Allah show me this path. Allah show me the light. Allah bring it back to me to Allah's way. When I was in Canada with my two sons, I was constantly stressed out to pay my bill, constantly to stress out to my job, constantly stress out to the study of my children. I am the same person, even though now my financial situation more worse because now I am the only one to earning money for the survive for me and my son, my youngest son. But now I feel totally different things. I am not stressed out anymore. I am not getting angry anymore. I'm not feeling anymore the emptiness. I always feel peace because all I know I have to do my best, rest of Allah's hand. Allah is the only one to look after us. Allah is the only one to take the responsibility. Allah is the only one surround with us. After my son left, I face many challenges because I am not the same way that I was before. I work in the school and my school job is for contract. It has to renew every year. And then after my son left, my contract is not being renewal because now I'm wearing start hijab. So when they told me, they cannot say me straight, but unofficially, indirectly, they give the message to me. It cannot be renewed. And I don't care. I don't have to stress out. I remember I came home and I say to Allah, if my job doesn't get renewal because of the hijab, I don't need that job. I wear hijab. I do my prayer. I practice my Islam, not because of people, not because of the person, not because of my mom follow that, not because of other person told me that. I only do to please you. I only do this because you told me to do, because you asked me to do. And this is I'm doing because I want to please you. So I do not care about the people. And shukur alhamdulillah, I got the job right after next month. I do have money problem to pay my bill, but somehow Allah provide for me. I don't know how, and I don't want to know how. All I have to believe, all I have to depend to Allah, and it will come. This is my taste in my life. I feel regret every single day when I remember my last 20 years. I feel regret. I feel regret about my mistake. I feel regret about my wrong things to do. But in the same times, I'm also hopeful. I'm hopeful that Allah will forgive me because Allah's name is Ghafur Rahim. Allah is the most merciful. I'm I have my hope that what I done before, that was my stupidity, that was my mistake, that was my wrongful things, and I regret for that. And what I'm doing this, I do this with my full of my heart. So Allah will forgive me. There is something happening in our life. We don't know right the moment, but eventually you will know. It will come from Allah. Allah put in this in our heart. The answer, we'll get the answer. And I got my answer. I got my answer. This is the reason when I pray to Allah, when I ask to Allah, my prayer accepted, my reply will become in specific that day, May 7th, 2012. The day, the moment my son went back to Allah, my prayer accepted for that moment. The reply came for that moment. That is, I knew for sure. That is, I knew and I felt and I believe. So Allah reply us. Sometimes the reply late with a sad way. Sometimes the reply came soon with a happy way. But reply will come because this is Allah. We are Allah's creation. Allah love us unconditional. Allah care about us uncountable. And in the same times, I'm so grateful and thankful. Many brother and sister out there, they give us khutbah. Those are very helpful. Those are very inspiration because it's important for us what we surround, what is our environment. So may Allah give them blessing. May Allah give them fulfill their wish. May Allah protect from us hellfire. May Allah forgive us our sin, what we done before and what we are doing now. May Allah guide us with Allah's nur, with Allah's base. May Allah blessing us with enter the Jannah with all our family, friends, parents and children and spouse. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم أجرني من النار حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ونعم المولى ونعم النصير. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.